So we'll get started in child's pose. And just to make this true to kind of this detox twisting feeling, I'm gonna go ahead and take your block at whatever level feels comfortable for you. I like it at its medium height. And kind of place this block in between the inner thighs so your belly can rest onto the block, giving you that feeling of support. And now your head may not rest on the floor, and if that's the case, no worries. Just go ahead, fold the elbows, place the hands into fists, and rest your hands onto your fists. And start here by just beginning the sound of the Ujjayi breath, just linking the mind with what's happening right now. And so keeping the lips softly sealed together, start to funnel the breath in and out through the nostrils and engaging the soft whisper muscles that lie along the sides of the throat. As you try to narrow the breath down, try to thin it out. And just by that very act of trying to maybe manipulate the texture of the breath, you create this sound in the back of the throat. And let that soft wash of the breath moving in and moving out perhaps sounds similar to the tides of the ocean as they move in, as they move out, as they cleanse and bathe the earth. And gently feeling on your next inhale as though the breath can move throughout the entire plane of the body. And as you exhale, let the breath and let anything that feels stagnant or heavy just kind of release out of the body through the breath. And we'll take 2 more intention-filled breaths here. And then when you're ready, we'll go ahead and lay the hands flat to the floor. Press up and take your support off to the side as you prepare yourself in tabletop. We'll start with just a few rounds of cat-cow stretch. As you inhale, moving into the cow shape. And as you exhale, finding that soft cat. And really just using this as an opportunity, you guys, to establish that sense of connection with your body and your breath and the intention that you'd like to create for your practice. So noticing the body moving around the shape of the breath. Feel that sense of fullness. And that sense of depth. And 1 more breath, just like this. And then when you come into your next inhale, find a neutral tabletop, keeping the spine long. And we'll go ahead and just reach the right arm out to a T. We're coming into the twist here, so as you inhale, just reach long through that left arm. And then on your exhale, thread the right hand through the left shoulder. Go ahead and kiss the right cheek to the floor. You can either extend the left arm forward towards the front of the room, almost like down dog. If you're looking for a little bit more of a shoulder opening, reach the left arm up to the sky. Spin the palm to the wall behind you and gently reach back from the collarbone, from the shoulder, and then nestle that left hand either into the right inner thigh or just place it onto the lower back. Just take a moment here to gently nudge the root of the right thigh bone back as you get long in the right side of the waist. And firmly connect into both of the sitting bones as they hug softly in as you lift the belly softly away from the inner thighs. 1 more breath. And if you had the hand thread behind you, simply release the left arm up to the sky as you inhale. And everybody press the left hand down, coming into tabletop when you're ready. Second side. Left arm reaches out to a T. Inhale. And we'll thread the needle over to the other side. Thread the left hand through, laying the left side of the face onto the mat. Your choice. Either slide the right hand forward or reach the right arm up to the sky, placing the hand onto the lower back or to the left inner thigh. And feel here. If you're like me, I kind of tend to just sag and hang out in the low belly. So see if you can encourage the low belly to just softly lift on your next inhale, as though your tailbone could reach to the back of the room. And it's a sense of spaciousness and a sense of containment you get as you widen the low back. One more breath. And then when you're ready, on your next inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky. And lay that right hand down to the floor, coming onto all fours here. And finding that neutral tabletop inhale. Go ahead and lift the belly, lift the thighs. Curl the toes. And press up and back into your downward facing dog. And pause in your downward facing dog. Take a moment here to lift up high off of your heels. Feel the roots of the thighs beginning to lift to the sky. And then as you exhale, swivel both heels off to the right. Now try to give a little bit more juice into your hands. Lift the top thighs up to the sky so you're still in that down dog shape in the spine. We're just twisting from below the navel. And then inhale, come back to center, lifting up high off of your heels. And exhale, swivel both heels off to the left. Using the hands to get long in the spine. And feeling both of the outer hips just reaching back. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, press your heels evenly to the floor. Let's go ahead and shift forward into high plank as you inhale. Maybe wiggling the feet a little bit further back. And then exhale, pull up and back into down dog. Let's go ahead and inhale. Reach the right leg up. And as you exhale, shift forward into high plank and go ahead and squeeze the knee in towards the chest. Now, as you inhale, try to pull the right knee to the outer right armpit as you encourage the chest to stay open. One more breath. And like a windshield wiper on this rainy day, exhale, swivel the right knee over to the left armpit. Just twice more. Inhale on the breath. Right knee to right shoulder. And exhale, right knee to left shoulder. One more time. Inhale. Try to get that knee high. Exhale. Squeeze the knee into the left side. Inhale. Propel that right leg up and back. And now exhale. Bend the right knee. Open up the hip. Start to hug the left outer hip into the midline as you drop that left heel to the floor. And then inhale. Square everything off. Right leg reaches straight up and back. Square the pelvis. And press the right foot down to meet the left. Second side. Inhale, left leg lifts up and back. Keeping that left leg lifted, shift forward into plank. And exhale, squeeze the belly and hug the knee into the chest. Now keeping the heart extended forward, inhale. Wrap the left knee to the left outer armpit. And then like a windshield wiper, exhale, swivel the knee over to the right. Twice more. Inhale, left knee to left side. Exhale, left knee to right side. Twist from below the navel. Inhale to the left. And exhale to the right. Inhale, use the arms, reach and extend that left leg up and back. And exhale, bend the left knee, open up your hip. Now make this more about kind of leaning into that right outer hip. So resist that right forearm forward. Keep the shoulders square. Inhale back to three-legged dog. And exhale, rest the left foot down to meet the right, squaring it off. Gently look forward on your next inhale. And then walk your feet up behind your wrists as you exhale. And lifting up halfway as you inhale. Lean a little bit further forward so the hips are right on top of the ankle bones. And soften the tops of the feet. Exhale, fold in half. Twice more. Inhale. Find that length. Keep that length as you fold in half. One more time, inhale, lift up, lengthen up. This time, place the left hand either into your cupcake fingertips or grab a hold of a block and place your left hand onto a block. When you're ready, reach the right arm out to a T like we did before, inhale. And this time as you exhale, begin to roll the belly, roll the chest, and reach the right arm up to the sky. And continue to hug the right outer hip into the midline as you search for that neutral pelvis again, lifting the belly evenly up on both sides. Inhale, try to get long. And then exhale, lean into the power of that left shoulder to open the heart. One more breath. And exhale. Simply replace the right hand with the left. Inhale, reach the left arm out to a T. And exhale, begin to spin. Twisting over to the second side. Take a moment to pull the crown of the head and heart forward. Drift the shoulders a little bit further away from the ears, and then lean back into the power of that right shoulder blade, opening up the heart. Continue to hug the outer hips into the midline. Find one more breath. Try to lift the belly up a little bit higher as you exhale. Inhale, come back to center. And let's fold into the legs. Exhale, take your props off to the side. Let the head dangle free. And feel each vertebrae decompressing as you lay flat over the legs. And take your time bending the knees. Inhale, lift up halfway so you find that flat back again. Grab a hold of the outer hips and hug the elbows into one another. And leading with the open heart, inhale, slow press to rise. And exhale when you get to the top. So heel your feet together to touch. And let's see if we can encourage that sunshine to come out here. Just by saluting the sun, release your arms down by the side. And from here, when you're ready, inhale, reach your two arms out wide and up, look up. And exhale, forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. And keep that length as you step back to high plank. Exhale. Now inhale, shift slightly forward so the shoulders are in front of the wrists. And exhale, lower down slowly to chaturanga and to the floor. Inhale, cobra pose. Lift the shoulders onto the back body. And exhale, slowly lower down. Twice more. Inhale, lift up. Drag the inner elbows back. Exhale, slowly lower down. One more time, inhale. Lift the chest. Try to get long in the low back by sending your tailbone down to the floor. And exhale, slowly lower. Let's go ahead and curl the toes under. And lift the inner elbows up to the sky. Take the shoulders with you. And as you exhale, press down through the inner palms. Slowly lift up to high plank. Inhale here. Squeeze your two forearms into one another. Lift the belly. And then exhale. Pull up and back into downward facing dog. In this downward facing dog, let's go ahead and walk the hands just about halfway back. So you're in kind of a little Jack Russell Terrier dog, a little shorter dog. And then when you're ready, go ahead and extend the right arm out to a T again. And as you exhale, grab a hold of left outer calf, left outer ankle, as you revolve through the left armpit. Now, as you inhale, use that left hand again for pressure to lift the top thighs. And then as you exhale, bend into the right elbow, maybe twisting a little bit deeper from above the navel this time. One more breath. And feel the belly gathering up and in as you exhale. Release. Second side. Left arm reaches out to a T. Inhale. And exhale, grab a hold of the right outer leg, either from high or down low. As you inhale, keep encouraging that sense of spaciousness in your spine. You press the floor away. And as you exhale, bend the elbow, perhaps folding a little bit deeper. Gaze up to the ceiling. One more breath. And as you exhale, simply return the left hand back to the floor. And then continue to root the heels into the mat. Walk your hands forward so you're in that long down dog again. And then when you're ready, look forward, inhale. Bend the knees, and as you exhale, make your way up to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift the spine. And exhale, fold in half. Let's go ahead and press down to stand. Inhale, find length in your spine. And join your two hands in to namaste. And on the breath, inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, make your way back to chaturanga, bending the elbows. Inhale, find your back bend. Either cobra, or if you feel ready, straighten the arms and come into up dog, lifting the top thighs. And then come back into downward facing dog. Start to smooth out the edges of the breath. And start to notice that sense of relationship with the breath and the body again. And noticing the centering gaze of the drishti. And how when you center the gaze, it really helps you to center the mind, steady the focus. Work towards smoothing out the edges of the breath again. Get interested. Where is that breath? Getting a little unconscious. And we're going to create a greater connection. A sense of ease as I exhale. Go ahead and look forward. Take a very big inhale. Feel all 10 knuckles spreading and pressing even. Exhale, bend the knees and make your way up. Inhale, reach the spine, lifting halfway. And exhale, let's fold in half. Pressing down to stand. Inhale, get long in the sides of the waist as you reach. And keep that length of the spine. Exhale, drag your hands into the front sternum. Inhale, reach up, look up. And exhale, forward fold, send the gaze down onto the tip of the nose. Inhale, reach the spine long, lifting up halfway. This time, as you exhale, step the left foot back into a lunge. And as you stay in your lunge position, stay here up onto your spider fingertips or come up onto blocks if you need the extra lift in the spine. Let's feel for a moment that right thigh pulling just softly back behind you until you feel the right side of the waist get as long as the left. Then pin that right outer hip into the midline and just sort of sense into what's happening in that left leg. Try to vigorously push into that left heel, almost like that left leg is in high plank. And then gently nudge the left thigh up until you feel the left side of the waist parallel with the right. Now keep both sides of the waist long and even. Keep the left hand either into your spider fingertips or onto the block, whatever feels most comfortable for you. And when you're ready, reach the right arm up to the sky, coming into the twist. So feel here for a moment if that left hip is just dragging down, right? See if you can lift that left side of the waist. And the more that you stabilize in the pelvis, you guys, the more that you can create more mobility from above. So hug the two outer thighs in, get the length in your spine, and then as you exhale, go for it. Spin belly, spin chest, look up through the right thumb if you can. And exhale, release. Press hands to the mat. Now pause here. Plant your two hands evenly to the floor. Lean forward, and as you exhale, bend into the left knee. We're gonna take a pump, 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 and then hop and switch. 3 more times. Inhale, pump, 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 hop, and switch. Think Bakasana in the air. Inhale, pause. Exhale, click the heels and switch. Inhale, high plank pose. Exhale, lower down to chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Find your back bend. And exhale to downward facing dog. Feeling grounded in your two hands, feeling the energy, the currency of the breath beginning to build, beginning to change. Use that heat as a way to soften. Letting go of any barriers that you're creating in the mind or the body. Let yourself become the breath. Take one more big inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees and make your way up. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, fold in half. Feel the feet press down. Inhale, come to stand. Try to press your feet through the floor. Come back into namaste. Exhale. Inhale, 2 arms reach overhead. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, lifting up halfway, reach. Keep that length, exhale, glide the right foot back into your lunge and pause. Either staying onto your spider fingertips or coming up onto your blocks if you need more length in the spine. Find that sense of length. Encourage the heart further forward away from the pelvis, and at the same time send your tailbone a little bit further away from the head. Now keep that length when you're ready, either keeping the right fingertips onto a block or to the floor. As you exhale, begin to come into the twist. Now you know what to do, it's the second side. So when you're ready, pull that left thigh bone back and hug it in. And then gently encourage the right side of the waist to lift with that back right thigh. And keep on lifting that right thigh up as you spin from above the navel. Really go for that twisting sensation in the upper back. One more very big inhale, get long. As you exhale, feel the ribs lifting up as you slowly lower left hand down. All right, 3 more times with that hop switch. Take an inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, hop and switch. Inhale, pause. Exhale, hop, and then switch. One more time, inhale, and exhale, hop, and switch. Inhale, high plank, and your choice. Exhale through the vinyasa, or just head back to downward facing dog. So if you're starting to just use these vinyasas as a way to check out, or as kind of a drive-by pose, and skip them. Just head straight back into downward facing dog, and come back into the breath. And when you're ready, on your next inhale, let's go ahead and reach that right leg straight up and back again. As you exhale, step your right foot up between your hands. And drop the left kneecap, top of the foot to the floor. When you're ready, inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, let's go ahead and bend into the elbows, clasp your hands behind your head, and gently lean the skull back. And feel how the bottom tips of the shoulder blades are really lifting up the top of the chest. Go for it. Lean back into the shoulders. And at the same time, can you lengthen your tailbone down to the floor? Find that soft back bend in the upper chest. One more breath. And then go ahead and reach your arms behind you. Exhale, soften hands to mat. Inhale, curl the back toes under, lengthen forward. Exhale, step the right foot up and back. 3-legged dog, inhale. And let's go ahead and bend into the right knee. As you exhale, open up the hip again. And for those of you who want to go for it, take the sole of the right foot down to the floor to the outside of the left, and windmill the right arm up to the sky. Coming into wild thing here, let's go ahead and spin the right arm and reach it overhead. And feel here that same sensation of back bending from the upper spine. Pull the shoulders onto the back, opening up the heart, and at the same time, soften those bottom ribs down, encouraging the belly to stay engaged. One more breath. And exhale, let's come back into downward facing dog as you exhale. Second side, inhale, left leg lifts up and back. And exhale, step your left foot up between your hands. Dropping the right kneecap, top of the foot to the floor, inhale. Let's go ahead and clasp the hands the opposite way. It feels like you're holding somebody else's hand. And pull the back of the skull into the palms as you open up the chest. Let it feel good. And then at the same time, try to get long in the low back. Pull the front of the hips up like you had suspenders on. Pull the front of the hip bones up into the front of the chest. Take one more inhale. Reach the arms behind you, get long. And exhale, release hands to mat. Curl back toes under. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Shoot that left leg up and back. Here we go. Exhale, bend your left knee, open up your hip, and simply glide the left foot down to the floor. Now stay on the ball of the left foot. Inhale, reach the left arm up to the sky.
And then brush the arm up and above overhead. Now lean into that right shoulder. Allow the shoulder to open you up in the back bend. And then as you exhale, try to pull the front of the hip bones up again into the front of the chest. One more breath in. And feel the belly gathering up and in. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Take a big inhale here. And an audible exhale, sigh the breath out the mouth. And from here, let's go ahead and inhale. Reach the crown of the head and heart forward, shifting into high plank. Glide your tailbone back to the heels as you exhale. Now take it slow, like you're moving through warm, thick honey. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, slowly lower. Merge through chaturanga. And join your body with your mat. Exhale. Good, and from here, let's go ahead. Rest the left side of the face onto the mat. And slowly drift your arms down by your side. And when you're ready from here, just take a couple breaths to breathe into the back body. Take a moment to feel the compression of the front body in the floor. And see if you can use that as an opportunity to widen the low back and the back of the ribs. And now center the gaze down to the floor, either allowing the forehead or the chin to touch. You're ready on your next inhale. Lift the tops of the shoulders high to the sky. And then as you exhale, lift the shoulders so high that the arms begin to float up away from the floor. And go ahead and spin the palms to face one another and inhale. Try to pull the shoulders onto the back. Simply clasp the hands behind you as you exhale. Continue to keep the shoulders lifting. And now use the thumbs against your sacrum as a reminder to gently send your tailbone down to the floor. Get long in that low back. And when you're ready, inhale. Begin to lift up higher off the chest so the head lifts. And keep on lengthening that low back as you exhale. Let's go ahead and reach straight back through all 10 toes. Inhale, float the feet up away from the floor. And exhale, try to send your tailbone down to the big toes. Reach the hands back behind you, opening up the chest. One more breath. And exhale, slowly begin to lower on down. Send the right cheek onto the mat. Release the arms down by your side. Sometimes it's kind of nice to give a little wiggle and waggle out through the hips. Now maintaining that sense of stability in the low back. When you're ready, let's go ahead and send the gaze down to the floor. From here, we'll go ahead and bend into both knees now. Capture the tops of your feet behind you with your palms. And gently encourage your knees and ankle bones together to touch. Now, it's not going to stay there, but it's a good place to start. And start like we just did, looping the shoulders onto the back as you inhale. And feel how the bottom tips of the shoulder blades are already pressing forward into the chest. Feel that back bend shape in the upper spine. Send your tailbone straight down to the backs of the knees on your next inhale. Contract the abdominals to support the low back. And stay here as you exhale. Feel the belly engage. A very big inhale. Kick straight back through your shins. Allow the heart to lift up to the sky. And stay here as you exhale. Try to soften those bottom ribs down. That's 2 breaths. Maybe lean a little bit further forward. Notice what it feels like to lift the thighs. Maybe lean a little bit further back. Notice what it feels like to lift the chest. And see if you can find both on your next inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly lower down. You can rest your hands down to the floor and rest your forehead onto the palms. You can bend the knees and windshield wiper the legs from side to side. Encourage that sense of openness in the back. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead. Lay the hands down by the base of the baby ribs. Curl your toes under. And keep the knees down if you need to. Otherwise, if you can, inhale. Slow press to high plank. Otherwise, tabletop. Let's stay here for a couple extra breaths, rejoining the belly up into the low back. Feel the inner thighs rolling up to the sky. And try to send the tailbone down to the heels as you exhale. Take one more long breath in. And then lift up and back into your downward facing dog. And use this as an opportunity to stretch out the low back. So place the soft bend into the knees. Press the floor away. And try to get longer by pulling the top thighs further back and in. One more breath. Look forward between your hands. Inhale. And as light as you can, either step, jump, hop through to seated. And extend your legs out in front. Now if you need some extra support, go ahead and grab a hold of a blanket or two. And come to sit onto your blanket. Good. Even out your sitting bones. Find your long spine. And then from here, we'll go ahead and pull the right knee in towards the chest as you inhale. And then place the sole of the right foot to the outside of the left thigh as you exhale. Glide the right fingertips behind you. Inhale, lift the left arm up. And exhale, nestle the left elbow down the right thigh as you twist. Just 3 breaths. Find that sense of length in the spine as you inhale. Drawing the shoulders back, exhale. And then when you're ready, send the gaze forward as you inhale. And gently release both hands to either side of the hips and pause as you exhale. So coming into Ardha Gomukhasana, so go ahead and wrap the right foot around the outside of the left thigh. Lay the right knee on top of the left thigh. Let's go ahead and lift up the spine as you inhale. And then tilt the pelvis forward as you exhale, beginning to hinge and fold. Walking the hands forward. And just laying the hands down parallel to the left foot. Use the arms as traction to get longer in the spine. Stay open in the chest. Last 2 breaths. And walk your hands back, lift up through the heart, inhale. And come back into Dandasana, exhale. Straighten through both of the legs. Second side. Let's go ahead and pull the left knee into the chest. Take the left foot to the outside of the right. When you're ready, trace the left hand diagonally back. Reach the right arm up to the sky, inhale. And exhale, coming into the twist. And breath by breath, just sensing inside the body where you may be overworking and where you can work just a little bit more efficiently to find a sense of evenness in the breath, in the body. Take one more very long breath in. And release the twist as you exhale. Keep the legs as they are and pause. Simply wrap the left leg to the outside of the right thigh as you fold halfway. Find that length again, inhale. And bend the elbows to fold down deeply, exhale. Inhale, begin to lift the spine, lengthen up halfway, and stretch both legs to straight. Exhale, final Paschimottanasana. Inhale, extend both arms up to the sky, tilt the pelvis forward, and keep the sitting bones grounded. Exhale, lean forward and fold. Now, if grabbing a hold of your feet seems far away, no worries. Lasso the sole of your feet with a strap or grab a hold of a towel. Otherwise, bend the knees and just grab a hold of the feet from here. And concentrating on slowing down the rhythm of the breath. Start to count the sound of the Ujjayi breath, taking an even deeper next inhale. And And soften the body with a longer exhale. And think about breathing in to a count of 3, 2, 1. Make the exhale even longer to a count of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 2 more cycles just like that. Inhale to your count of 3. And exhaling to your count of 6. One more breath in. And one more breath out. Stay very quiet, very soft in the body. Inhale, lift the heart, release the arms. And simply bend the knees, scooching forward. Rolling onto your back for Shavasana. You can use the blanket behind you as support for the head and neck. If you have an eye pillow, go ahead and place that over the eyes as you begin to drop into the body. And scanning into the body, to the mind and the spirit. Noticing the effects of the practice. And without being attached to any result, simply let the practice go with your next exhale. Let the practice be what it was, just for today. If you can, spending about 5 minutes in your Shavasana at least. And moving back into the rest of the day at your own pace with a sense of mindfulness. See if you can carry Shavasana with you.